Merry Christmas. Good morning or good afternoon. It's afternoon. Merry Christmas to you all. And yes, I am here today to see what the encouragement is today. There may be, people that need encouragement today more than ever. Sometimes today can hold difficult energy to work with on holidays, on Christmas, and so it's not always a day of high celebration and cheer for everyone. Many people need encouragement more today than any other day of the year. And so, yes, I'm here. I want to see what encouragement is coming in today for us from Spirit. Welcome to Blood Moon Oracle. And if you feel led, please consider like, share, subscribing. Let's get started. Today I've been drawn to my Oracle Sevens deck. And so we're going to see what the encouragement is that's coming in from Spirit today. What is the encouragement for my listeners today, Spirit? On Christmas Day. For many people, this is a day that holds a bit of magic, right? And it doesn't always have to be something that's mysterious. It could simply be a time where, for some reason, right? I'm sure we all have our own reason, but everyone just seems to be a little bit kinder, a little bit nicer. They go the extra mile to do a little bit extra. And that is the thing that actually makes this time more magical. More magical. And there may be things that are happening or you may expect. That's probably the thing that many of us hold significant about this time of year is that it seems out of the norm. It's a time where we can jump, into a different aspect of ourselves, the giving aspect, the more loving aspect of our being. And it does feel a bit magical. That's what makes Christmas different. It's because of the intention that's being poured into it. Let me just take a look. That's what came out. A burst of magic. And so for whoever is watching this, you could definitely resonate with that energy and feeling, that extra special thing right now. With the surprises that arise, with the intentions that are put out, and also the expectation and the being able to tap in. For many, it's a very spiritual part that they hold significant here. Being able to tap into their higher selves and connect with their source. It does feel like that is that thing that causes the extra sensory parts of our beings to kick in. For me, it's a very sensual part of the year. Like I love the colors. It's fall, and so many of the beautiful colors are displayed right now. I love the smells, this beautiful smell of the pines and the vanillas and the spices, like the lights, right? There's lots of decorations up. So for me, it's very extra sensory, right? And so, but anyhow, no matter how you view that, that's what you may find very significant about today. And Spirit may be pointing to finding out what that is. What is it that you hold significant in today that makes it magical for you? Is it the sharing and the giving, the reciprocating? Is it the going the extra mile? Many people, this is a very special time where many people actually work all year for this day. And they have a goal to meet when it comes to when Christmas comes, and there's this striving to meet a certain goal when it comes to sharing and giving and just creating this very wonderful experience. And so whatever that thing is that you find significant about the day, Spirit is wanting us to tap into that energy. For some of us, it may be very spiritual in connecting, with our higher source. That's the reason for Christmas. We're celebrating the coming into being of someone very special, right? That's where the word Christmas comes from, the Christ, right? And so for some people, it's very spiritual. That's the significance. And it's a time of sacred connection. I know many people, there's different ways to celebrate this, from Hanukkah to, we all have different traditions on how we acknowledge this special time of year. And so whatever that is, the elements of surprise, not knowing like how it's going to turn out this year. For some, it may not be all that. It may be a time of remembrance. It may be a very sad time where we allow ourselves to remember. And it may be painful for some people, but whatever that is that you find very significant about this season, Spirit is pointing to that. That's what makes this kind of a magical time. And if it's none of that, like whatever it is, Spirit is drawing on that energy here of looking at what you find significant about today. And if you don't, then you're being invited to find something significant in today. Yeah, I definitely feel a sense of sacredness. Some of you have some type of ceremony. You could be doing some type of ritual today to bring in this energy of celebration. We just entered into winter solstice. So this is a very sacred time for many different reasons. Yeah. But it's definitely a time of observation overall. For some of us, this is a time where we're preparing for the new year. And so there could be some things that we are doing away with or ending or, pulling down so that we can rebuild for the new year. Very eventful. And so however you're expressing that significance for today, Spirit is pointing to that here in this encouragement. And then we have a higher view. I feel like that is the call to, if you don't, to take a look at the bigger picture. Is there a bigger picture to what's happening today other than how we celebrate, other than like the exchange of gifts and the eating many times until we have the itis, right? Is there a bigger picture other than just putting up lights and putting up a tree and decorating and singing carols? Is there something more that we can actually pull out of this? Spirit is calling us to a higher view, but what is that? What is that higher view, Spirit? Legacy. And so as it pertains to family, like what type of traditions, like maybe implementing as far as what we're being able to hand down? Yeah, what type of legacies are being established during this time? Spirit may be wanting us to take a look at that too. I think we've come to a place, very interestingly so, that we are less connected than we have ever been I know I can say that for my family, less connected than we have ever been. I think since COVID, where there's a void that was created within many families, and so for some reason, Spirit is taking a look here at something around establishing, or what type of legacy or traditions are being implemented during this time, and taking a look at the higher view. That may be something that Spirit is wanting to pull the focus in on. This is an area where Spirit is saying, this is where you're going to find the joy. This is where you're going to find the joy in establishing your own traditions, your own ways of being, things that you'll be able to pass down. Not necessarily money, however it could be, but this is more along the lines of establishing a tradition, I feel. And utilizing what we've been given. Are we really making good use of what we've been given with the Ten of Pentacles? The two tens, Ten of Pentacles and the Ten of Wands. Now, tens talk about an ending. This may be an opportunity to even establish new traditions, or add on to traditions, even though we may be gathering less than normal. You still have the ability to establish your own set of traditions within your house. What does that look like? That's where the joy is being pulled out today. It's really within our hands to do that. Like, we're able to do that if we want to. And to do it without entering into this energy of burnout, to do it without overdoing it and really pulling the joy out of it. Like, it doesn't always have to be this over flowing sense of everything. Like, it can actually be very simple. Joy is simple. Like, it's outside of the external existence because it lies within. Joy is very simple. And so these things that Spirit is calling our attention to may in fact be spiritual things, emotional things, not necessarily things that's going to weigh us down or burden us to do. Yeah. And so today, Spirit may very well just be saying, try to be simple in finding joy, right? What type of new traditions can we implement that represent that? That represent establishing legacy for those coming after us. That represent establishing joy for this season. And focusing more on the spiritual and emotional contentment. Because I feel like we don't really have a hard time establishing the outer parts, but it's the inner parts that Spirit is pointing to. Many times we have a plethora of things, overflowing things flowing out of the closet from last year that we haven't even really got to use. But there's something missing on the inside still. There's something yet still lacking, something crying out to be fulfilled. It's that thing. And it's simple because it's a spiritual feeling that's being called to be met. It's an emotional feeling. So what type of things can we implement like that to initiate joy? I know some of the simple things that we used to do. My children are grown, so they're out and about living their lives, but we did a lot of game nights where we would all get together and give ourselves permission to have fun and to enjoy each other's company and to be silly and to, affirm each other, just simple things like that. It doesn't take money to do that. All it takes is attention, energy, and willingness. And there was more fulfillment in that than actually the opening of gifts, right? In many ways. And so Spirit may be pointing to those types of things and looking to do things with a little bit more meaning and intent to pull out joy today. Let's see what other encouragement. It's going to be a very short read today, just tapping into the energy to give some encouragement. Willing release. And so Spirit could also, this could be a time where Spirit is calling us to understand and I'm looking at these little, I forget, I think they're called, are they snapdragons? But you blow them. They're very fragile. And so the lifespan of these flowers, what Spirit is showing me is very short and very swift, right? And so willing release really talks about being able to accept what is right now in each moment. You know, this could be the most exhilarating time of the year for someone, right? Accept that and accept that it is quickly fleeting, right? And be ready to accept the next moment that may not offer as much excitement or joy. And in the same way, someone else today could be just like a very, whatever. You know, it's just another day, nothing exciting to see here. You know, accept that for what it is and release it to the next moment. Your next moment may in fact be this type of excitement that someone's feeling today. It may be around something different, not necessarily Christmas, but in this moment, accept it for what it is and understand that it is quickly fleeting. It may be a peaceful moment that you're experiencing instead of this overwhelming joy and excitement. Okay, peace is good too. Yeah, accept it for what it is and enjoy it, because tomorrow it may very well be something a lot different. Now, for some, it could be kind of like this tower moment that came out around that burst of magic, and it could feel devastating for many reasons. You know, Spirit is saying, yeah, accept it for what it is, because it is fleeting, right? In that same way, this too shall pass. Trouble doesn't last always. This is only one moment in time, okay? Accept it. Willing release is being able to embrace this moment for whatever it is and move to the next. Willing release. Release it to the next. It's a short, fleeting moment. Each moment is. And so learning to accept each moment for what it is with open arms. Not trying to hold on to anything, or not trying to rush to the next moment. Just being open for what it is right here. And appreciating and enjoying and respecting that is what Spirit is encouraging us to do today. And birds of a feather, this could be if you have the opportunity to connect with your village, with your soul family, with your real family, right? This is a time of beautiful opportunities to communicate and to connect and to relate with those that are connected to us. And so Spirit may also be encouraging us to be open to communication. There could be possible opportunities with the justice here to bring some relationships back into balance. Be open for that. The World card. Yeah. The Moon. All major arcana. So this could be an opportunity, the Chariot, like really to embrace the moment. For someone, it could be bringing things back into balance with people you haven't seen all year, or maybe you haven't seen in a few years. Today may provide an opportunity for you to do that and to be open to that. To some, it's bringing closure. You know, things may be very different this year than they have been in any of the Christmases you've experienced. There's some level of closure that you may be coming to. But even in that, there's some wisdom, I feel, that's pouring out of this situation. And it's almost like being able to graduate to the next part of your journey. It's not like it was. There's something new, a new experience this year that you are being guided into here. Yeah. Yeah, for some, this is a very elusive time of year where you're able to really step out of the normal everyday experience and allow yourself to live, you know, in almost like a fantasy type of experience, even but for a moment. That's okay too. That's okay too. We all need a time apart away from the rigmarole, the everyday 9 to 5 or whatever your everyday is. You know, this may be a time to release yourself from that and be free to experience the moment. To step into your fantasy world and allow yourself to enjoy it for the moment being, right? Yeah. This may feel really good for someone. Someone feels very empowered today. Like I said, many people spend the year working up to Christmas. They work for it. Some people start shopping like right after Christmas. They're already working on next Christmas. It's a time that they feel very empowered to show up and to do things for people and to, you know, really show up in the world in the way that they desire to. And that's okay too. To make things happen. Yeah. But whatever it is, I feel like it's supposed to be a good experience. The 9 of Pentacles. For someone, this is a moment of independence, of solitude, of you just enjoying your own company. That's okay too. Page of Swords and the 2 of Swords. Receiving messages, right? Maybe invitations. Not sure if you want to go and be around others this time of year. You know, there's a lot of decisions being made here too about what's really good for you, what's going to be healthy for you. That's coming into play too. But essentially, it's a time where you're able to really make it what you want it to be, just like any other day of the year. Spirit is encouraging you to consider yourself. What is going to make you happy and comfortable? But consider others too. You know, if there is a connection that would benefit, right? Be willing and open to connect in that way to your loved ones, to your tribe, to family, if that's possible. So many different opportunities on showing up during this holiday, however that works for you. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. But in all that you do, just make sure you stay grounded and balanced and understand the deeper meaning of today. Don't allow the superficiality of a season to steal your joy. Is it supposed to be any certain way? No. It's supposed to be exactly as it is right now. And we are supposed to be able to embrace that for what it is and understand that, hey, this is what it is. So let me find the joy to add to this, whatever this is. Okay. Some are alone and don't want to be. Some may be surrounded by people and want to be alone, right? It's not really about focusing on what we don't have. It's about focusing on what we have, what it is, and being radically accepting about that. So today is a beautiful day. Yeah. Enjoy it. Make it beautiful. Okay. No matter what your plight, understand that this is just one passing moment. And it's a moment that we are privileged to embrace for what it is and create the moment that we want it to be. And so, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. And for many of us, we're preparing for the Gregorian calendar New Year. For those of you that just go by the calendar, those of us that are also aware spiritually, the new year doesn't start until spring, around March or sometime around that time. But we're still preparing for the new year. And so this is a very exciting time, a time of renewal and of looking into what is it that we want to experience coming up here in the new year, because we're preparing our minds and our intentions, our spirits for that. And so whatever that is, this is for you. Merry Christmas. Like, share, comment, and subscribe if you have not. It's been Blood Moon Oracle. Until next time, take care.